by actually turning the tables and asking Charley and Amar to toast us.
Whoa, hold on, John. Hold on 1 second. I don't think we should do that. I think we should stick to our plan for a second. Get it together. Because we did all this training, and I did all this practicing with my miniature 8-inch John Perrelli doll. So we should stick to the plan and talk about Charley and Amar if you're down. All right. Okay. So here we are in beautiful Virginia. We're all ecstatic to be here. It's timeless, it's beautiful, and I have no idea where I am right now. So just for some reference, this morning my wife and I wanted a cup of coffee, so we stopped by Safari Coffee, and it turned out to be a Christian fellowship, which was great. So that's cool. But you know what? It's also historic. I mean, here we are in Mariners Cove. We all know from the wedding website, from Bill, that this was the home of Charley's great-grandparents. But what many of you may not know, it was also the home of Charley's great-great-great-grandfather, who was a fur tradesman named Jebediah Britton, who in 1796 combined ingredients of bacon, beef, butter, and blue cheese to create the Brinton burger, which has been passed from every single Brinton man from that time all the way down to Charley Britton, who I have known since I have been 3 years old. But you know, the fact that we were friends was, I mean, what are the chances, right? I mean, here's a kid. Charley was born in, September 1980. I was born in November 1980. He was born and raised in Presidio Heights. I was born and raised in Pacific Heights. He went by Charley, I went by Charles. I mean, what are the chances, right? I mean, if our parents hadn't spent every single weekend and summer together for 15 years, we might never have met. But that boy grew up to be a very principled man. And right now, I want to take a second to recognize the fact that every once in a while, a teacher comes about that influences an entire generation of high school students. And unfortunately, Bill Nye the Science Guy cannot be here tonight. But we've got Charley Britton. Oh, God. That was not the photo I meant to use this photo, so I'm sorry. But there's a lot of people who might think that he's just an English teacher, but he's not. As Bill mentioned, he also is a high school girls soccer coach. And recently, last year, Charley completed 10 years of coaching the Washington girls high school soccer team. So I want to recognize a decade of service to Charley. And at the same time, I want to also congratulate the Lowell girls soccer team for 10 straight championships. And the 7 before Charley got there. Indeed, Charley is a modern-day Ahab chasing his white whale. Charley actually told me that he would rather beat the Lowell girls soccer team once over having the Giants, Niners, and Warriors be world champs in the same year. Talk about principles, right? But that opportunity came last May when Charley had a rematch versus Lowell Soccer in the championship game and lost 5-0. But he got his chance. That's just fantastic. I think that's great. But some of you might think that Charley is just an English teacher and a soccer coach, but that's not true at all. Forgot to mention the fact that I got my wish. Giants and the Warriors both won. I'm all set. Anyway, you might think that he's just a soccer coach and English teacher, but you're wrong. He's also a fisherman. Yeah. He's also a construction worker. He's also a Cincinnati Reds. He's also an athlete / rapper. He's also the Hamburglar. He's a ballerina. And he also rocks a decent mustache. Almost as good a mustache as that of his brother. Do we have a picture of Bobby available? Oh yeah, there he is right there. But above all, I want you guys to know that Charlie is actually very similar looking to a certain Brad Pitt, who's with me. Truly, there is no one in this room as talented or as handsome as Charlie, except for maybe John Perrelli or his 8-inch doppelganger, John Minirelli. And with that, here's John again. Thank you, Charles.
All these years I thought I was dreaming about Brad Pitt, I was actually dreaming about Charlie. All right, so about Charlie. Once a week, I get a phone call from Charlie. It's usually at 10 a.m. Eastern time when I'm just finishing up my second cup of white tea, high in antioxidants. And starting to settle into my workday. These calls from one of my best friends who I see way too infrequently have become the highlight of my week. The conversations vary, but the core concepts are always the same. During every call, Charlie is the tragic victim of an egregious offense committed by the worst driver San Francisco's ever produced. I know I'm about to hear about in explicit detail about the offensive act when I have to ask, hey Charlie, did you hear what I just said? Charlie, you're listening to me? There's a long pause and finally, damn it, John, you wouldn't believe what just happened. It warms my heart every time I hear it. In between these beautifully raw and emotional outbursts over nuisances like SF drivers, Charlie usually brings up something serious that's affecting his city, his school, his family, or his friends. One conversation centered on significant budget cuts to his school, very serious problem. One of the things I admire most about you, Charlie, is your dedication to your community and how you always manage to stay even-keeled no matter what's going on and you work the problem. Even in these short conversations, Charlie's love of MR comes up and is very evident. Charlie talks at length about MR's creativity, her passion, and how, whether it's through trips to galleries, flea markets, or just looking over her shoulder while she's painting, her creativity creates a vibrance and excitement that he didn't know existed before he met her. Keep in mind, this conversation is happening at 10 a.m. for me, but it's 7 a.m. for Charlie, and he's already on his way to work teaching high school kids, which he's been doing for over 11 years. While Charlie may fly off the handle when someone rolls through a stop sign, facing down a classroom full of teenagers or dealing with life's real challenges doesn't faze him at all. Charlie's generosity in all respects is unparalleled. I think we all know that. One particular example happened at my wedding when Charlie generously shared every chiseled inch and curved facet of his body in this melodious picture right here. Oh no! Well, if you could see it, you'd be enamored. MR, you pull us all into your world. You can turn a song into a dance party, and a dance party into Studio 54. We all know how much Charlie loves to chill, and not that he doesn't deserve his downtime, but you make sure that the two of you are going to have the best life possible, no matter what comes your way. So, with that, here's Charlie and MR.